Good afternoon. I'm just going to look on the euro US dollar. I'm not saying what I say it's what is meant to be. So um, it's what I'm forecasting on the euro US dollar. So I just want this to go to the daily time frame to show us the structure on the daily time frame so that you can see why I am looking at these moves that I'm looking at right now. Okay. I see due to the insufficient network, sounds more difficult for me to view this daily time frame move, but I will just continue uh, from here. Eventually, when you check on your chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. You on the euro US dollar, we have a move going up like that, and after that move going up, we have three waves move that are actually ending with a diagonal here. So that was a big diagonal that played out on the euro US dollar before we even get to this current move that is going upside. This move that is going upside. So my discussion is based on this move that is going upside. So I want us to follow the sequence that is currently happening here. I'll try to drop to smaller time frame such as 4 hours so that we can maybe start seeing together at this move that I'm looking at right now. So next week, what I'm looking at the short-term dollar strength. If you go to the dollar index, you'll see that we have the strength that is currently completing the corrective structure on the dollar index. Otherwise, from there, we're gonna see a continuation of a fall on the dollar index, which is called the DXY. Therefore, what I'm going to present here, it's similar on the dollar index, but in an opposite in a vice versa, because this euro US dollar is inversely correlated to the dollar index. So what you'll see on the presentation here, you'll know what's happening on the dollar index. I will able to show the dollar index, but due to the insufficient network, it makes it so difficult for me to be able to show you these things. Okay, so I'm trying by all means at least to maybe show you what is happening here. So you can see right now that my network is quite slowly. I'm just holding not to see this disconnecting me anytime from now. All right, but I'm just going to show you. So this view will give you an indication as to what is going to happen on the dollar pairs on the next coming sessions. So when you trade them considering the fact that the dollar is weak or is strong. So on those dollar pairs, so the dollar index mainly it is I use it as the campus in order to be able to trade the dollar pairs. I'll continue because it seems like the network doesn't want to show here. So we have different degrees of waves here that are currently playing out. So the current degree of a wave that we are seeing is actually the smaller degree wave 4 that is currently playing out. That means we are still going to search upside for the wave 5 that is going to complete the bigger degree wave 3, and we are going to get a more strength on the dollar uh, that's going to be presented by this based on the correction that we are going to see on the bigger degree wave 4 before we search for wave 5. Eventually, we are going to complete the biggest move we anticipated few months back on the euro US dollar, saying that dollar is going to be strong because we anticipated that at this at the lows here. We're saying that we are looking for dollar to be to actually trade big moves to the upside. Right now, what we are seeing it's a correction on the euro US dollar. So if you look at this correction, this is what I anticipate. I want this to show my prices so that I can show you how I look at it, this euro US dollar. Yeah. All right. This is showing, as you can see, different degrees. We saw this giving us the wave one and wave two, and then now we are currently trading wave three of yellow degree. The wave three of yellow degree that is going to push all the way to the upside. So we did into the smaller degrees. I'll do with a different color. Let me just do this because we had wave one, yellow. Sorry, I need to use a different color so that this should be clear. We have wave one and wave two that traded here. Right now, just going to show you in a different color the subwaves of wave three. That are wave one with yellow, wave two, and wave three that is there. Right now, wave four of red and wave five that is going to complete the bigger degree wave three yellow that we are going to see. And once that degree is complete, we are going to get the correction, as I said, the bigger correction that is going to give us this four. That's when we're going to start seeing the dollar strength. All right, we just want to know how far we will start projecting, how far this will go, because what I'm looking at, I'm looking this to start dropping from here. This will give you a corrective structure, and continue to drop lower to 1,16295. That's where I'm expecting this at least to give an expanded flat. Okay, a nice expanded flat to be able to get it here. After this expanded flat is complete, we might be seeing this going upside for wave 5 red. All right, that is completing the wave 3 that we're looking at. After this wave 5 is complete, we are definitely going to get a wave 4 correction. Okay, before we go bigger again uh, with wave 5. Therefore, we are still trading the wave 3, a yellow. Okay, we are still trading wave 3 yellow. Okay, so look out for these. So I think, as for myself, you can trade this if it gives a nice correction. You can trade it lower, but I don't think I would mind this one going lower here. But I would like to pick a trade that is going to be a big trade on the euro US dollar going upside when it gets to this region here. All right, we had a correction, nice correction, 1 2 3 lower over this one that gave us wave 2. Now we are having this one giving us another correction, and we are about to search to the upside. All right, okay, this is what I'm looking at, a drop to 1,16295, and that will complete the structure that I'm looking at here before this search to the upside for wave 5. Okay, wave 5 will also be big. You can anticipate to look at wave 5 at 1,22,000 or 1,23,000. That's where we can look at this to go up to. So euro will be strong on the next coming week after we had this drop to the downside. Therefore, we're going to have this move to the upside. And also the DXY inversely, you'll see that it has the move and there's a correction that is currently playing out here. It will complete. It will look more like an expanded as well, and it's going to drop. That is the DXY. That is going to. So what you see here, it's an inverse of a DXY. So now we know that we're going to expect a short-term strength on the dollar that is coming to this region, and 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 a push lower on the dollar while this is pushing all the way to the upside. So more upside on the euro US dollar that I'm expecting to see. So I'm not expecting to see any drop from here. Otherwise, if that happens, therefore the whole structure, the whole labeling will change. But what I'm looking at now, I'm looking at this sequence to continue and give us this wave 5 to the upside before we get this deeper corrective structure, the big correction. All right, the bigger correction can be big as this correction of wave 2 that we saw on yellow. I'll quickly show you the correction on wave 2. It was so big. It was so big, the correction we saw traded on wave 2. We had this move up wave 1, and we had this 1 2 3, wave 2 that played out here. So once this is complete over here, we are going to get a deeper corrective structure, which is going to be bigger than all other previous two corrective structures that we saw, which is this one here. This was the smallest, and this was the smallest, the current one. So we're going to get a bigger one that is going to look similar with that one, and it can be look deeper because this one it's sideways, and that one can look maybe be a little bit deeper. That can come to deeper and take out the lows that we created over here. So the lows that we created over here will be taken out by this correction when it comes lower. All right, because it's going to be deeper. Hence, we had a sideways correction that we had here, and we are going to get a deeper one before we push all the way to the upside. And that deeper correction will give us this yellow wave 4 that you see here, the yellow wave 4 that we see here. Right now, we are too far to get this yellow wave 4. We still need this to continue lower, at least to this level, to give us an expanded flat corrective structure. And from here, that's where we're going to take a trade all the way to the upside. So use your own strategy, your own method of trading to take this lower to this level of 1,16295. And from here, we will be taking a trade all the way to the upside. All right, that's what I'm looking at. All right, also these are the critical zones that I'm looking at for price to drop to that level. Remember, that's the same concept here. We had a move sideways here. Now we are going to have another sideways move, but this one will more look like a an expanded flat corrective structure going lower to this region here, and after that we're going to have this move to the upside. All right, I'm anticipating if this goes all the way to 1,22,000, it will give a massive pips of about over 400 pips that can be traded with only wave 5. So what you need these big moves in order for you to be able to trade this nicely. I think I'll be able to catch this all the way to 22,000. All right, all the way to 22,000. That's going to be over 500 pips that I'm expecting to see trading. Over 500 pips that will be traded for wave 5. All right, so it can be a move that is similar to the red wave 1 that we saw here. Red wave 1, you can see that it is the complete wave 1 that we saw here with all the internal waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see that we are not trying to force the waves in between, but there are sub waves as well that are also there. All right, that's the euro US dollar on the next coming session, guys, and have a good trading week. Cheers. Bye bye.